Hey, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk, and we are going to do the Punk Vinyl Tag 2024 questions provided by Tommy's Vinyl Knot. And so I've got a bunch of 7 inches, I've got some albums, I got a CD, I got a cassette, I got a book, I've got various things to show you. So let's get it going. Show the loudest, dirtiest, most pissed off punk record of 2023. This one's going to count more for loud and dirty, maybe not so much for pissed off, but this is a Sweet Time record. So if you watch my regular tag, I bought 3 records from them at the end of the year. I showed the other 2 in that tag. So this is Steph and the Slovens. Give my regard to the dancing girls. And so this came out this year, 2023. I think Ryan Sweeney's the guy who runs Sweet Time Records. This is very much straight ahead pub rock influence sort of stuff. Nothing groundbreaking or fancy, but a good time. Showed the reissue or compilation punk record of 2023. I'm going to go the reissue route. And so there is Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power. I do have the non-punk Vinyl Me Please version. The NP in the hat stands for non-punk or nice poser or whatever you need it to stand for. Some of you are saying that album came out in 1973. Isn't that early for punk? Okay, fine. It's proto-punk. And of course, because it's on Vinyl Me Please, it's on, they refer to this as Heart of Napalm colored vinyl. Looks like blood to me. Blood colored vinyl. Maybe Iggy spit it up. I don't know. Show a punk record from a band that made a comeback in 2023. And so I'm going to show you some Gogol Bordello, Solidarity. They are gypsy punks by their own description. You can see on the hype sticker, return to their punk rock roots. You got HR from Bad Brains making a guest appearance on the record. The Era of the End of Eras was the song he was on. And so, of course, Eugene Hoots is from the Ukraine originally. And so you've got a lot of Ukrainian blue and gold on the Gogol Bordello. Show punk record from 1984. So what do I have from 1984? I got a single. And so this is Gangrene, Sold Out Terrorize. This is Tang #1. Tang standing for Teenagers Are No Good. This is actually a reissue. This is, I'm going to have mostly reissues except some of the very newest records on here. This came from a reissue box set of the first 10 Tang records that I bought from somebody who is a ex-collector. Number 5, show DB Crust Punk, a record that is just punk rock and roll. So I'm going to go to my Pust Crunk go-to showing record. Also my go-to for showing Latin American punk. And so this is a split. Juventud Podrida, Rotten Youth from Panama, and SDA, Systems de Annihilation, Systems of Annihilation from Peru. I think this came out in, I think it was around 2015 or so. And you got a fold out, and it looks all scary and stuff, and lyrics in Spanish. Show a live punk rock record. Well, this will be a partially live punk rock record. So this is Frantics. So Frantics was early 80s band from Denver, Colorado. This is kind of a compilation of their career. They're most notable for the fact that some of their members went on to be in the grunge band The Fluid, album called My Dad's a Fucking Alcoholic. And most of side 2 of this is live material, so featuring live versions of their songs. And they also did a long Pink Floyd cover because that's a very punk thing to do. Show colored punk record that looks like vomit. So I'm going to show my record by Lake Fight. And so you're wondering why I'm superimposing this video in. It's because I no longer own this record. I have sent this record home. A future video of mine coming up in the next few weeks is going to explain the story of Lake Fight and why this record has returned home and I no longer have it. Show punk rock cover with leather jackets, skulls, or mohawk hairstyle. Let's go for all three with the mighty skull head. So there's the mohawk. There's the skull on the beer bottle and in the band name. And no, he's wearing a leather jacket. And so this came out. This band was from Lexington, Kentucky. And recorded in Texas. They are the king of blues punk. Show a DIY style punk cassette tape or mixtape. Well, I'm very lucky to own one of these Tommy mixes, Finnish hammer hits, skull crushing action hits, and so side B is hardcore, Finnish hardcore from the 80s up through the present day. You've got some psych and rock and disco on the other side, but you've got bands like Bastards, Chaos, Kansan Utaset, Katarina, Pojaskaka, Televit Cadet, Vivisectio, and others. And I probably mispronounced the name of every single one of those bands. I apologize. Next couple questions, we'll be showing some stuff that's probably more punk adjacent rather than punk. So the next question, the book question, show a book for punks. Well, I'm going to show a book I bought this year called Mud Ride, which was basically the memoirs of Steve Turner, guitarist and founding member of Mudhoney. And so you're saying, well, Mudhoney's a grunge band, not a punk band, but they were the punkiest of the grunge era bands. And I mean, they were on a major label for a little while, but they went back to being on Sub Pop. They went back to having regular jobs, still putting out records. Mark Arm works in the Sub Pop warehouse. The bass player is a nurse. Mainstream doesn't remember Mudhoney. They talk about, Eddie Vedder's the only surviving punk vocalist, and I hear that, I go, did something happen to Mark Arm? And I find out, no, nothing happened to Mark Arm. They just don't know who he is. And then show a t-shirt or merch that you bought from a gig. And so we're going to superimpose in the Local H Lifer shirt. Only live show I went to in 2023. Shame on me for a variety of reasons. Local H aren't considered to be a punk band. They're considered to be more of kind of a hard alternative rock band. But I mean, Scott Lucas, the main guy in Local H, he sells his own merch. And back in the day when his bass player quit, did he cry about it? No. Did he go and find another bass player like everybody else does when the bass player quits? Hell no. He just decided he would play guitar and bass at the same time while he's singing, and then he would still sell the merch to us after the show. Show a punk record that has a song about Me Too, Punks Too. So this will be slightly inaccurate. I am going to show Bikini Kill. So, of course, we got the Riot Girl action here with Kathleen Hanna and Kathy Wilcox and Toby Vale. So this one has New Radio and Rebel Girl on it. The one that would be really appropriate to show for this is their song called Liar, which I don't actually have on a physical format. But we'll give the ladies a shout out with Bikini Kill. All right, we're going to show a record that has full punk attitude, but is from another genre. So we're going to stick with the ladies here. One of my favorite albums from 2022. The Inuit artist from Nunavut in far northern Canada, Tanya Tagaq, with her album Tongues. So if you're not familiar with her, she does Inuit throat singing, but she does it in sort of a punk alternative sort of fashion by herself rather than usually a pair of throat singers. And she's got some very strong themes about the way the Indigenous people have been treated in Canada, particularly the women in her songs. Show a punk record you have the most versions of. Why in hell? Well, I only have 2 versions of the Bad Brains debut. So the first version I owned was the CD that I bought at some point in the 1990s, being a not punk poser. I didn't have the original cassette on ROIR back in the 1980s, but I do have the punk note version. So this is when we take punk rock records and we make them look like jazz records. Yeah, we make them look like jazz records. So that's pretty whatever. And then show a punk record with a president or a leader. And so here we go. This is a split single by a couple of obscure bands from Virginia Beach, Averman and Stonewall. And you're going, wait, that's not the president, that's not a leader, that's American pro wrestler Dusty the American Dream Rhodes? Well, yeah, he should have been a leader. We've done a hell of a lot worse. And so Averman was more of a pop punk band, Stonewall a little bit more on the hardcore side. And then there's the back of it. So Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Prove you are not just old fart and show a fresh release from punk band that is about your age. So, okay, we're going to show you the Ryan Kidd EP from 2023, put out on Human B-Side Records. Wait, excuse me for a second. I need to check my phone here. As you can see on the message, it turned out that the bass player is actually an old fart as well. So I need to show something else for that category. So I'm going to show this recent single, Sweet Time Records again, the Satanic Togas from Australia. And I'll be honest, I don't actually know how old these people are in this band. I'm guessing they're like half my age, people in their 20s, but they could be older than that. I don't really know. A record you've been waiting to be released in 2024. I'm pretty sure I said the same thing last year. No means no. I say this every year. I did get a reissued single of theirs a couple years ago, but I have actually pre-ordered the album wrong, and I should be getting it. And then maybe next year I can talk about it as being one of my favorite reissue records of the year. The punk lyrics that have inspired you in 2023. Punk, 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 punk. Your favorite punk lyrics of all time. Well, okay. Well, besides the one that I just read to you from Tia Carey's album, Finnish Punk from 2023, we can just go with kind of a classic standard choice, Fugazi, Waiting Room. So let me pull up lyrics so I make sure that I don't mess them up. And so, I am a patient boy. I wait, I wait, I wait, I wait. My time is like water down a drain. Everybody's moving, everybody's moving, everybody's moving, 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 moving. Please don't leave me to remain in the waiting room all the day, all the night. Everybody's always down. Tell me why. Because they can't get up. Come on, get up. Come on and get up. Yeah, and I did a terrible version of that. And then we've got one last question left. So I'm supposed to show a punk record that sort of shows the state of the vinyl community. So, low-hanging fruit. But hey, guys, look, mine's on clear vinyl. Isn't it cool?